Hello there, hello Diva. I was thinking that maybe I should show you a piece of my country cottage then, since there was a time since we spoke to each other. Maybe it's time for me to show you my cottage, or our cottage that we have out there. We're out there on the weekend and doing some work. So I was planning on surprising you with this video. So it's directed to you, but if anyone else sees it, good for you. So I'm going to show we're doing some work here. This is where I am cutting the high grass for the moment, because we have this area dedicated as a meadow, you could call it. So here we have the high grass instead of a nice lawn, kind of. So we just let it grow, high grass. And here we have a lot of bees and butterflies and all kinds of animals that live. So we like to have that on our property. Also, it looks a bit more like nature instead of everything is organized. So I'm taking a break right now from that one. Here you can see my tools. And down here we are going to see our apple trees. Here's the first one. They are quite old. Look, there's some apples coming along. There's not an apple year this year, I might say. Last year we had a lot of apples, but this year not so much. Here's our second apple tree. Some more apples at least. Yeah. And one that we planted a couple of years ago. So let's continue the tour. I'm going to head up to our guest cabin that we have on our property, and let's have a look at that one. This is it. This is our guest cabin. So this is a small cabin. There is no toilet or anything, only electricity, but there's some beds. We have some guests. Let's go inside. No, it's locked. I have to get the key. One moment.
A few moments later.
So now we're back with some keys. So here we are. Can't keep the door open. So it's quite simple. We have two beds. This one is the best looking one, I guess. So my daughter usually sleeps out here during the summer when we're out there. So she has a room of her own. And here's an extra bed, extra mattresses and so on. So it's very simple in this sense. And then we have some mosquito nets to put on the window in the summers when it's warm. So here's the view out. There's a neighbor on the other side. There's another view out here. So it's really cool out here in this small cabin, and dark and silent, so I like this place. Yeah. And here's some sink where you can have some water just to wash your face and so on. Yep, let's continue. That's it. Up here we have some for the birds to come and drink. I need to clean that up, I see. Yes. Here we have some playhouse for the children that they used when they were small. Nowadays no one uses it, and it's white and blue just like in Greece. Usually you can find some bee nests sometimes. Wasps during the summer. So this is how it looks like. At the moment no one is playing here for a long time now. So we are planning on removing this one and make a place where we can grow. So we can grow stuff instead. Here's the back side. Here I've been collecting all the branches and stuff that I found on the property today. So it's quite a lot. So I have some work to do. And I need to fix that also. And then we have a shed over here with some tools and stuff. I'm not going to show that in all the details. But this is what we call snickerbod. So this is where you can go in. There are 2 doors, but there is the same space. Usually was a wall between, but now that's removed. So this is where you can go in, and if you need to do stuff, and where we have some tools and stuff like that. Yeah. And this is also going to be organized at some point. Yep, I'm not going to show. It's a bit of a mess, but it was worse before. So yeah, but it's where we can store stuff and keep our tools and so on. Yes. There is my sambo. So this is where we put all the leftovers and old leaves and stuff, things from the kitchen, etc. So it will become earth again. Yes. Let's head back to the cabin, the main cabin. Let's see, on the back side is also one of the places where you can do stuff. This one is this one before it was used to set fire to things that you didn't want to keep, but we don't do that nowadays. And this has my son built. This is his outdoor gym. It's kind of mostly for fun, of course. Yeah. And we are trying to fix a small garden out in the back also. So there we have a back window. You're getting the grand tour now. So this is the main entrance when you come to the cabin, but we only use it when we enter the cabin and when we leave the cabin. Because most of the time we often use that door instead in the summer, so it's out to the porch. So we just use the main entrance when we arrive and when we leave, mostly. So let's look at the porch then. Here we have the porch. Here at the barbecue, we'll light it up later tonight. So this is where we can sit underneath these flowers. Yeah, I have to show you Björnbär. Have to see what that is in English. Yeah, here you can see berries. These are really nice. Look at those. Sweet. More flowers. Kitchen window. Yeah. Now it's autumn, so it's a bit sun is going down soon. It hasn't rained. Let's head inside and have a look. You have seen some of the pictures, I guess, from the renovation from the kitchen, but everything is not done. So you have a window in. So now we have entered the cabin, so let's have a look inside. We went in through the porch door there. So we're going to look at the kitchen and so on first. We did some renovation. Here we are. You have seen it on some pictures, but we are not completely done yet. But I put in this stove here, I put in the new facet and the sink. The boards are new over here. So when there was some plumbing done underneath, that's nice to look at. There's the old thing we cooked on before. Yeah, this is also some old leftovers that's going to be removed and replaced. That microwave oven is the size of 3 of those for today. I bet it's 10 years old, but it's working good. Fridge and some storage. Yeah, we have some toilet here. Here's where I'm building my cabin to store some clothes. So I built the framing and now I have to put some more wood on it to get it closed. There's work to be done. Now there will be very dark here, I guess. That's one of the photos on the wall of the family. Let's see if we can turn on some lights maybe. So a bit more light, but we don't have so many lights here in this space, so you can see. Here we have a small furnace that we can light when it gets extra chill. Here we have some TV, here's our window. So, you can look out of there. Our sofa. There's the window we saw from the other side. Here's an extra room. This is my youngest son's room. 2 beds. So this is where he sleeps during his visits over here. We have some toys, etc. Now there are tools and everything everywhere because it's the end of the summer now. So now we're doing mostly work here. That's why it looks a bit maybe messy. And the bedroom. And this is the front entrance that we just entered, but otherwise then we just close it with this. Now it gets really dark, but then it gets like an extra room in this sense. But really like it. So, yeah, it's cozy. Yeah. So there's some video from. Oh, look at the sun is coming out. I'll have to go back to work. This was kind of an escape for me. I have to do the garden work, or I can do this, shoot this video. No, but I really wanted to show you the place and talk to you some, and once again show you my gratitude for yeah, the connection that we have and so on. So this is my way of saying thanks. But we'll see. Maybe I'll shoot some more today and edit together from the barbecue and when we're eating. So you see, just keeping you informed via this format. All bye for now. So lighting up the barbie. Let's see what happens. Usually a bit smoke in the beginning, where I'm lighting the fire with some paper. So that's where all the smoke comes from. Perfect.
Den där är så bra till att lägga kött på. Fast den var väldigt fin som bricka också.
Du vill inte göra det?
Ja, men så tog jag den där istället.
Stanna lite mindre. I guess there's meat on the menu today. So, time to prepare fire. Let's do this carefully. It's hot. That one. So, give it a couple of minutes so we can fix. There's my brush. And the meat that is going to be on the barbie. Okay. There's this dog, the neighbor. You can hear it barking and barking and barking. Like every time someone passes, or I don't know why. Gets on my nerves. I don't like them. They have their dogs in order. I don't like them. Yeah. So we're getting into September now, so it gets chillier outside. More cold. So then we added this infra heater so we can sit outside for a long time with some more heat. Let's have to put the tablecloth. Try to make some use. So what should I say? Drinks on the table. There goes the rubbish. Let's put that away. Yeah, so the meat is coming along nicely now. It's nice. Still that dog barking.